So we're going to be taking a look at the Tech21 VT Base 500. The Tech21 VT Base 500 takes essentially what they put into their VT pedal and their VT Deluxe pedal and add a power amp to it. So what I'm going to do is go through all of the sample settings that they have and then kind of how I like to use it so that you can hear what it sounds like. The first example is the flip top sound, and I already have that dialed in. So I'm going to be using a loop on the Boss RC 300 so that across all of the signals or all of the samples you can hear the same thing being played and how the characteristic of the amp changes. So this is the flip top sound. Let's dial in the SVT sound. So we have the drive at about 11, character turned all the way down, mid turned to about 8 o'clock, blend turned all the way up, level turned up slightly, low and high, and the byte engaged. So this is their SVT style. All right, now we're going to dial in what they call thumpy funk. So the drive goes to about 9, the character goes to about 11, mid goes midway, blend is all the way up, level stays where it is, we'll turn up the high, we'll turn up the mid, and byte stays engaged. This is thumpy funk. Now we're going to do something called fuzzed out. For fuzzed out, we're going to turn the drive up, turn the character up, turn the mid, the blend all the way up, reduce the low to about 1, the high to about 11, and of course turn the level down. But turning down the level is basically their recommendation as well. So here's fuzzed out. All right, so the next item is called Rage. Rage has the drive turned to about 1, the character set at about 5, which is very modern, mid set neutral, blend turned all the way up. Again, this is their recommendation of where the volume should be. The low will be turned up and the high will be turned up. The low to about 2 o'clock and the high to about 3. This is called Rage. The next example that we have is called Tool, where the drive is set about the same, the character is backed off to about 3 o'clock, the mid at about 9, blend goes to about 4 o'clock, level stays the same, the low will be at about 2, and the high goes back to about 11:30. I apologize. High needed to be at about 3. So next we have this rush style. So I'm going to turn up the volume so you can hear how an increase in gain impacts the tone. So adjusting the volume on the looper pedal causes distortion to ring in and ring out, much like it would in the event that you change the dynamics of your picking. So this one is called Wet and Crimson. Drive at about 2, character at about 1, mid at about 10, blend turned all the way up, level left where it is, high backing off of that, and bite is still engaged. And increasing the pick attack. All right, next we have Fat Tube, where the drive is set at about 10, the character is backed off to about 8, your mid is set, your blend is all the way, your level is turned up slightly, your low and your high, and your bite has been turned off. All right, I like that. That's very tubey to me. Let's turn on the warm compression. So character, boost the mid a little bit, bring back the blend, level stays where it is, low goes up, high goes down, bite is off. This is called warm compression. Alright, so I guess you get the idea without going through the other items. This is pretty versatile in terms of what sounds you can derive. So let's play a little bit to see how these things interact with each other. I'm going to set the amp flat and just play with the level a little bit. So at this point, the blend knob is all the way off, which means that the drive and the character don't impact the tone. The blend at about 9 o'clock. Character. You can kind of hear it go more modern. The blend at noon. the character at noon and how drive impacts that. And a more modern. And as you can tell by increasing or decreasing the volume at the pedal, distortion responds appropriately. Now, we'll turn the blend knob all the way. So this is the level turned all the way up with the Sans amp fully engaged, and as you can tell, this is not very loud until you start engaging your drive. Then it really starts allowing you to get into some headroom. So let's play with the character a little bit. So I'm going to turn the blend all the way up, and this is kind of the SVT character. Moving into the Ampeg. Moving into modern. Now let's take a look at Byte. Byte tightens up the bottom end. Without Byte. It's a little bit looser. It tightens it up nicely. With Byte engaged, with Byte off. So now let's take a look at the EQ itself. The low. What you would expect. The high. And let's take a look at the mid shift. Overall, I would say this is an extremely versatile amp and definitely one of my favorites.